Okay guys, so by the end of this video you guys will know the 5 main differences between step 5 and step 2 footballers, and the most important one will probably be the last point that I give, especially for aspiring footballers. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Where came from? Can I speak to the camera? Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you guys the difference between step 5 and step 2 football.
Yo, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Just for some context, yeah, I play step 5 football, and I'm going to watch my coach Lewis, who plays Hereford step 2. We got a big game today against Marine. 22nd position versus 12th, so it should be a good game. If they lose, they're literally getting relegated. So, step 3 or step 2?
To step 3.
Huh?
Get really good step 3.
Yeah, redo.
Yeah, cheers, mate. No, don't redo.
Okay.
Here to step 2. So naturally.
To step 3.
Yeah, to step 3.
Redo.
No, bro, it's not everything redo, bro. To step 3, so naturally big game for them and they have to win it, sort of thing. So hopefully at the end of the video I'll give you guys sort of the differences between the levels in terms of, you know, the intensity, physicality, tactical bit and all sorts. So yeah, should be a good vlog.
Doors closed.
I'm so photogenic, bro.
Bro's not letting
Doors open.
Your assistants are Neil Temple
at the
and
game.
Ryan Price. Fourth official is Richard Walker.
Chinging.
So it was half time, probably one of the most boring games I've watched, I can't lie. Like from the start, it looked like a 0-0 game.
Your coach is gonna see
Obviously, nah, he's not. Obviously, I'll let you guys know.
this. Yes, he is, bro.
He nearly scored an own goal as well, but
What would you rate out his performance out there?
performance, I'll give it a 6 in it. Like pretty solid, nothing special. Like obviously he's a
He
left
did-
back.
he did
innit?
his job.
So,
He
yeah,
did his job.
Did his job.
Who do you
Give
think is
him a
gonna win?
6.
Well, Marine had the better chances, if there were any chances. Go on.
Yeah, I think as well the 7 is their best player for sure.
Yeah.
For Marine. And then I can't lie, Hereford don't even look like scoring, but we'll see in it. I'll let you guys know, you know, obviously sort of the differences between step 5 and step 2 football. So yeah, that's half time for now. We'll see you man at full time.
20, Keziah Martin.
Oh, he's got that name.
Yeah, it looks techie still.
Come on.
Nice, Lewis.
Yes, you. Oh, God.
It's a pen! 6 minutes left.
How big could that goal be for the Bears in their fight to stay in the National League?
So without wasting your time, let's get into the 5 main differences. First one being everyone is fitter, which drives a higher intensity. So I think a step 2 football is more, I'd say, relaxed, because you probably train only once a week compared to step 2 some are 4 times. I'm not sure if some are 4 times, but most teams train twice a week. So in terms of intensity, it's definitely higher. Like, the players are faster, fitter, stronger. So I'd say that would be the first main difference in step 5 to step 2 football. The second point would be players, specifically defenders and midfielders, are more consistent in clearing their lines. So I feel like, especially in youth football, and also step 5, I feel like when like defenders and midfielders clear their lines, sometimes it doesn't go that far of a distance, or they clear it literally to the opposition. But I feel like in step 2, like, the defenders were really good in just getting the ball out when it needed to be. So I'd say that would be the second main one of the differences I saw between step 5 and step 2 football. Third point would be less prominent mistakes within the players. So I feel like at step 5, players make more obvious mistakes, like you see the ball running under their foot, or miskicking the ball, or like missing a 5-yard pass sort of thing. But at step 2, I feel like they're more consistent with the basics and just doing the right things at the right time. Like, it's not like they're so much better than us, but more of the fact they're more consistent in just doing the basics and not making us obvious mistakes. And number 4, defenders might not like this one here, but I think attackers have it more difficult, because let's say, for example, you're playing, I think this applies to most levels, but I feel like as a defender or as a midfielder, not necessarily attacking midfielders, but defensive midfielders or 8s, like, you don't have to be that creative spark, or you don't have the pressure of scoring goals, getting as many assists. So you can have like a game where you just do the basics and you can say you've had a good game. But I feel like as an attacker, especially because of the defenders so much more intelligent, like, I feel like it's harder to create chances for your teammates and create chances for yourself as well, in terms of being able to score, assist, and just be that outlet for your team. I feel like it's way more difficult to be able to do that as to compared to defenders. So I feel like defenders, you could have a 7 out of 10 performance every game and people might not get onto you as much as to compare to if you're having a good game as an attacker, in terms of, you're doing your defensive duties, you're making your simple passes, but if you're not scoring, if you're not assisting, especially at that level, I think it's a lot more harder for us to be able to deal with that pressure. So I'd say attackers definitely have it harder than defenders. I mean, I'd probably call this one a bonus point, but I feel like tactically it's not that much different. Maybe it's just a game that I watch specifically, but in terms of making shapes, triangles, rotations within the game, I feel like it wasn't that complex. The game was quite simplified in terms of it was literally just long balls and landing on seconds, landing on thirds, which is similar to step 5. So I think tactically they're probably more aware, but they probably don't implement it in their games. In certain games, maybe because of the occasion, it was a relegation battle. So in terms of the tactical side, the game wasn't that much more tactical than a step 5 game, I didn't think. And then on to the last point, which is the bridge is not that big of a gap. Sort of similar to the bonus point, but the bridge between step 5 and step 2 is not that big. I mean, it is, but I think it's something that's quite reachable if you work hard, in terms of just being able to be more consistent, not dropping a stinker every other game, and just getting, I'd say, definitely to get fitter, stronger, faster, and also probably more intelligent, for especially for those players that weren't born with the physical traits, to be able to not have to be in a physical battle or know where to be able to land on seconds first, even though you're not as fast. So I'd say definitely being stronger, faster, and fitter, and as well game understanding and awareness of knowing where to be able to land on the seconds, land on the thirds, and just play off that would probably be able to get you to go from. So that would help you to be able to get from step 5 to step 2. And also as well, I think the mentality, like, these players, they're probably aspiring professionals or were once aspiring professionals. And if you have that mentality that, okay, let's say you have the mentality you're going to go to the Premier League and you end up at step 1, like, that's still a good level. But if you think step 2 is quite a high level, the chances are you're probably not going to be able to deal with the pressure, and you probably end up at maybe step 5, step 4 best. But if you aim for the sky and you end up here, you're still sort of playing at a good level. So I think mentality is quite important, and just believing in yourself that, you know, the gap is not that big and is actually a level that's obtainable for, you know, us aspiring footballers. So yeah, just keep working hard, keep grinding. Obviously, I'm speaking to myself as well, and you know, this level is something that is very possible, and you will see me there soon. You get me? But yeah, that's just sort of my perspective on, you know, step 5 to step 2 football. Hopefully you man enjoyed the video, innit? So yeah, see you man in the next video.